This morning, the cold is sharp and biting as Huyen fusses with the stove, getting things ready for the holidays. She keeps saying, "I'll wear whatever, it doesn't matter." But the worry in her eyes tells a different story. Jay watches her for a moment, then asks gently, "Do you have something nice to wear for Tet this year?" Huyen lets out a small, awkward laugh. "Food comes first," she says. "Clothes can wait." Later that afternoon, Ja tells her to step out to the market just for a minute, his voice unusually secretive. Huyen assumes he's planning to pick up more holiday supplies, but instead he leads her straight to a fabric stall. The shop owner is already waiting, holding a neatly wrapped bundle. When Huyen opens it, she freezes. Ja just smiles and says, "This Tet, you deserve to look beautiful. Stay with us because this small surprise fills the house with warmth in the middle of winter." Early in the morning, the cold settles deep into the air, the kind that makes it hard to leave the warmth of a blanket. Huyen is already up though, kneeling by the stove as she carefully gets the fire going. The soft crackle of burning wood fills the kitchen while she straightens up a corner of the space, moving things around to make room for the days ahead. Outside, she hangs dong leaves out to dry their green color, standing out against the gray winter light, and then comes back in to organize the small pile of holiday supplies she's been slowly gathering for Tet. Nearby, Ja's mother sits quietly shelling beans with steady, practiced hands. Every so often, she looks up at Huyen with concern. Without stopping her work, she reminds her gently not to push herself too hard, warning that there's still a long day ahead and plenty more to do. Her tone is caring, the kind that comes from experience. Someone who knows that exhaustion sneaks up quickly during the days leading up to the holidays. Huyen nods and smiles, saying she's fine, even as she moves from one task to the next. There's a rhythm to her morning tend, the fire rinse vegetables, check on the leaves, rearrange the kitchen. It's busy, but familiar. Preparing for Tet always feels like this quietly demanding, filled with small details that all need attention at once. G appears briefly already dressed for work. He mentions that he needs to leave earlier than usual today, his voice casual, as if it's nothing out of the ordinary. But before heading out, he pauses. He stands there for a moment, watching Huyen as she works at the sink sleeves, rolled up hands, moving quickly under cold water. After a short silence, he smiles and asks almost offhandedly, "So, have you thought about what you're going to wear for Tet this year?" Huyen doesn't even turn around. Still washing vegetables, she answers lightly, "Anything is fine. As long as there's enough food to eat, that's what matters." Her response is easy, almost carefree. But there's something beneath it, a practicality shaped by years of putting necessities first. To her, clothes are a luxury, something that can always come later. Feeding the family, keeping the house running, making sure everything is ready for the holiday, that's what counts. Ja doesn't argue. He doesn't tease her or press the issue. He simply nods as if he understands completely and turns toward the door. From the outside, it looks like the conversation ends there, just another small exchange before a busy day begins. But what Huyen doesn't know is that Jay has already made a quiet decision of his own. Over the past several days, he's been setting aside a little money from each day's wages. Not much at a time, just enough to slowly add up. He hasn't mentioned it to anyone, keeping the plan to himself. Through a friend he trusts at the district market, he's already asked for help reserving something special. A traditional ao dai, neatly folded and waiting. It's nothing extravagant, but it's chosen with care, something he believes will suit her. Something she wouldn't buy for herself. As he steps out into the cold morning to head to work, that thought stays with him. He knows Huyen would never ask for something like this. She would brush it off, say it's unnecessary, say the money should be used elsewhere. That's exactly why he wants to do it. For once, he wants her to have something just for herself, something that reminds her that she matters too, especially during Tet. Back in the kitchen, life goes on as usual. Huyen keeps working. Ja's mother continues shelling beans, and the quiet warmth of the stove slowly pushes back against the cold. On the surface, it's an ordinary winter morning filled with chores and simple conversation. But underneath it all, a small, thoughtful surprise is already taking shape, one born from care, patience, and a quiet kind of love that doesn't need to be spoken out loud. That afternoon, Jay casually tells Huyen to come with him to the market to pick up a few more things for the Tet offerings. The moment he says it, Huyen's worry shows. She turns to him quickly and shakes her head. "Please, let's save where we can," she says. "There's already so much we still need at home." In her mind, every extra expense feels heavy, especially this close to the holiday. Tet may be a time of celebration, but it's also a time when money disappears faster than expected. Ja doesn't argue. He just smiles in that calm, reassuring way of his and says, "It'll only take a minute." His tone is light, almost casual, as if there's nothing more to it. Reluctantly, Huyen agrees, still thinking he's probably planning to buy incense fruit or a few simple items for the altar. The market is lively, wrapped in the familiar buzz of late afternoon. Vendors call out to passers-by, scooters weave through narrow paths, and the air carries a mix of cold wind and warm smells from food stalls nearby. Huyen walks beside Ji, already mentally calculating prices, preparing herself to gently protest if he starts reaching for anything unnecessary. But instead of stopping at the usual stalls, Ja leads her toward a shop she recognizes well, a fabric stall they've passed many times before. Huyen slows down, confused. Before she can ask anything, the shop owner spots them and immediately breaks into a wide smile, clearly expecting them. With an easy familiarity, she pulls out a roll of fabric, spreading it across the counter as if to distract Huyen, then reaches into a bag beneath the table. From inside, she carefully takes out a neatly folded aodai. For a moment, everything seems to freeze. Huyen stares at the garment in disbelief. Her mind struggles to catch up with what she's seeing. "Wait, who ordered this?" she asks, her voice barely above a whisper, half afraid there's been some kind of mistake. The shop owner doesn't answer right away. Instead, she turns her head slightly and looks at Ja with a knowing smile. "He did," she says simply. "He ordered it for you." Huyen turns to Ja, her expression a mix of shock and embarrassment. Her cheeks warm instantly. She opens her mouth, then closes it again, unsure of what to say. Finally, the words come out tangled and rushed. "Why? Why would you buy this? It must have cost a lot." Her reaction is exactly what Ja expected. She's flustered, uncomfortable, already thinking about money instead of the gift itself. He doesn't rush to explain. He just stands there quietly, letting the moment settle. The shop owner gently unfolds part of the aodai, letting the fabric fall smoothly into view. The color is soft and elegant, neither flashy nor plain, something that feels just right for Tet. It's clear that care went into choosing it. This isn't an impulsive purchase, it's something that's been planned. Huyen keeps glancing between the dress and Ja, her emotions written all over her face. There's gratitude, disbelief, and a deep sense of unease all mixed together. To her, this feels extravagant. She's spent so long putting essentials first, food offerings, daily expenses, that something like this feels almost forbidden. "I really didn't need this," she says quietly, her voice softer now. That money could have gone toward so many other things. Ja finally speaks. His voice is calm, steady, and warm. He tells her not to worry, that he planned for it, little by little, that it didn't take away from anything else. He doesn't frame it as a sacrifice or a grand gesture. To him, it's simple. Tet comes once a year, and he wants her to have something special, something just for her. The shop owner watches the exchange with a gentle smile, clearly used to moments like this. She knows this isn't just about a piece of clothing. It's about care, intention, and the quiet ways people show love. Around them, the market noise continues as usual. People bargain, laugh, hurry past with bags full of holiday goods. But inside that small fabric stall, time seems to slow down. Huyen carefully touches the fabric, her fingers lingering, as if to confirm that it's real. She doesn't say much after that. Words feel unnecessary. Her expression softens the tension in her shoulders, easing just a little. The embarrassment is still there, but it's slowly giving way to something warmer, a feeling she doesn't often allow herself to indulge in. As they stand there together, it becomes clear that this trip to the market was never about buying more offerings. It was about reminding Huyen that she deserves to be cared for too. And in the middle of a busy, cold afternoon before Tet, that quiet surprise changes the mood entirely, turning a simple errand into a moment neither of them will forget. Ja gently places the ao dai into Huyen's hands. His voice is quiet but steady, as if he's thought about these words many times before saying them. "It's Tet," he says simply. "You've worked so hard all year. I just want you to have something nice to wear and feel happy." Huyen instinctively starts to shake her head, ready to hand it back. Old habits kick in fast. This feels like too much, too unnecessary. But even as she tries to refuse, her fingers tighten around the fabric. The dress is beautiful, softer than she expected. The color catches the light just right. She hesitates, caught between reason and feeling, between what she thinks she should do and what her heart quietly wants. Walking beside them, Grandma watches the moment unfold. She looks at Huyen with gentle eyes and speaks in a calm, knowing tone. "A girl should have a new outfit for Tet," she says softly. Not to show off, but to keep her heart warm. The words land deeper than anyone expects. Huyen feels her throat tighten, her eyes suddenly burning. She looks down quickly, pretending to study the fabric, but the emotion is already there. It's not really about the dress. It's about being seen, about someone acknowledging how much she's given, how much she's endured without complaint. All year long, she's put everything else first: work, food, family responsibilities. There was never room to think about herself. Just shifts awkwardly beside her, clearly uncomfortable with the attention. He scratches the back of his head, his ears turning slightly red. "I don't really know how to pick these things," he admits. "I just thought this color seemed like you." It's an imperfect explanation, clumsy and sincere at the same time. But that's exactly what makes it real. Huyen lets out a slow breath she didn't realize she was holding. The market noise hums around them. Voices, footsteps, the rustle of bags. But for a moment, everything feels quieter. She looks at the ao dai again, then at Jay, then at Grandma. The warmth in her chest spreads, pushing back against the instinct to refuse. Finally, she nods. "I'll take it," she says softly. Then almost immediately she adds, "But we still have to make sure everything else is taken care of for Tet first." Her words sound practical, familiar like herself. But this time there's something gentler underneath them. Acceptance, gratitude, a small allowance for joy, Grandma smiles satisfied, as if she knew all along how this would end. To her, this moment isn't extravagant or wasteful. It's necessary. She understands that warmth doesn't only come from full meals or prepared offerings. It also comes from feeling valued, from knowing you matter. Ja relaxes, a little relieved. He hadn't been sure how Huyen would react. Part of him expected resistance, maybe even frustration. But seeing her hold on to the dress, seeing that softness in her expression, makes every extra hour of work worth it. Doesn't say anything more. He doesn't need to. Huyen carefully folds the dye back up, holding it closer than before. Her eyes are still a little wet, but she smiles a quiet, genuine smile that rarely appears when she's thinking about money or responsibilities. In that moment, she allows herself to imagine Tet mourning the cold air, the house waking up, and herself wearing something chosen just for her. It doesn't erase the worries. There's still so much to prepare, so many things to think about. But it adds something important to the season, a sense of warmth that goes beyond food and tradition. As they continue walking through the market, the cold feels less sharp. The air still bites, but there's a comfort underneath it now. This small gesture, simple and unspoken, has shifted the mood entirely. It's a reminder that Tet isn't only about duty and preparation. It's also about care, kindness, and allowing happiness to exist even quietly. And for Huyen, that realization stays with her, wrapped gently in folded fabric and held close to her heart. That evening, once the house settles into its usual quiet, Huyen slips into the bedroom and carefully closes the door behind her. She takes the dye from where it's been folded and hung with extra care, smoothing the fabric with her hands before putting it on. When she looks in the mirror, she barely recognizes herself at first. The dress fits perfectly, clean lines, flattering without trying too hard. It makes her look brighter somehow, more put together, as if the long years she's carried on her shoulders has lifted just a little. She turns slightly from side to side, still unsure, still half expecting something to feel off. But it doesn't. Everything sits just right. Outside the room, Grandma waits by the door. When Huyen finally steps out, Grandma's face lights up. She smiles, the kind of smile that comes from the heart, warm and approving. "You look beautiful," she says gently. That's how it should be. Wearing this, the house really feels like Tet. Those simple words land softly but deeply. Ja, who's standing a few steps away, looks up when he sees her. He freezes for a moment, clearly caught off guard. He doesn't say anything, just stands there in silence for a few seconds. Then, almost embarrassed by his own reaction, he turns his face away, pretending to focus on something else, trying to hide the smile that's already spreading across it. Huyen notices, of course. Her ears warm instantly. She reaches down to straighten the hem of the dress, tugging at it slightly in a shy, awkward gesture. "I'm done trying it on," she says quietly. Then, almost automatically, she adds, "Tomorrow, I'll still go to the garden like usual, okay? Old habits again." Even in this moment, she's thinking ahead to work. Ja finally laughs, a light, easy laugh that cuts through the tension. "Tomorrow you wear your old clothes," he says. The garden doesn't need an dye. Tet does. The mood shifts completely. The formality melts away, replaced by something comfortable and warm. Huyen smiles, the kind that reaches her eyes, and carefully takes the dress off to hang it neatly nearby, exactly where she can see it. Later, the family gathers for dinner. The wind outside is sharp and cold, rattling softly against the walls. But inside the kitchen, the fire burns bright. The glow from the stove fills the room with warmth, casting soft light on familiar faces. Bowls of rice and simple dishes are set out on the table, steam rising as everyone settles in. It's an ordinary meal in many ways. No grand feast, yet no special ceremony, but the atmosphere feels different. Calmer, fuller. As they eat, Huyen's eyes drift occasionally to where the ao dai hangs carefully arranged and waiting. Seeing it there brings an unexpected sense of ease. For once, her thoughts aren't racing ahead to what still needs to be done or what might go wrong. Instead, there's a quiet reassurance settling in her chest. This Tet, she realizes, isn't just about sticky rice, banana leaves, or beans soaking overnight. It's not only about preparation and responsibility. It's also about moments like this, small, thoughtful gestures that remind her she's cared for, that she's seen, that someone noticed how much she's given all year long and wanted to give something back, even in a simple way. She listens to the soft clink of bowls, the low hum of conversation, the wind howling outside, while the fire crackles steadily beside them. The contrast feels comforting, winter cold on the outside, warmth and light within. Huyen takes a slow breath and lets it out her shoulders, relaxing in a way they haven't for a long time. Hanging there quietly, that dress represents more than a holiday outfit. It's a reminder that Tet doesn't only arrive through traditions and rituals, it arrives through care, through kindness, through unexpected moments that make the heart feel lighter. And as the family finishes dinner together, Huyen knows this Tet will be different. Not louder, not more extravagant, just warmer in the way that truly matters.